Ah, yes, it's another week and another wonderful episode of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Today we are looking over episode 6, and I have to say this one was a banger as well. Before I get into the episode itself, one thing I want to mention is that I am really loving how well this show mixes the more impactful and, let's say, emotional narratives and storylines, while at the same time having these wonderfully, absolutely hilarious, fun moments of comedic relief that make you smirk and smile and make it all much more lighthearted and gives you a slight reprieve from the sometimes very heavy things going on. It's been a long time since I've seen any anime really mix these two in such a good, balanced way, while not feeling cheap, not feeling out of place, but really just mixing very well. Now, episode 6, I would say, definitely focuses mostly around Stark, and his character looks better and better. I'm quite liking him so far, and what we have gotten to know about him. Especially the scene we had with him with Fern on top of this wall at the end stages of the episode, which I will get into later. So we continue off as we left off in the last one, right? Stark is going to help fight this dragon, but he is still full of doubt, still full of fear, and still, I would say, branding himself as weak and a coward, right? Not really knowing if he is the right person for this, if he is able to really do anything. But as we find out, he is much stronger and powerful than he himself believes, clearly. And the reason we get to really know that is, of course, because we see the fight scene itself, which was very well made. I really enjoyed the short yet impactful scene with the dragon. I really loved how they animated it and showed it off, and how strong he really felt to be in that scene. But the more impactful thing regarding his strength to me was when we get the knowledge that, okay, so Aizen punched him, that's how he got this scar on his forehead all the while back before he left. But the reason Aizen punched him wasn't because he was disappointed, like Stark thinks, or mad, or anything else, but it was because he punched him on reflex, because he was scared of him, and then commenting on how incredibly powerful Stark will become over time. I thought that was a really nice explanation and sort of revelation of why exactly Aizen did hit him at that point in time. And it also ties very well into a lot of the aspects of this episode when they talk about fear, especially between Stark and Aizen and how similar they are as well. That Stark, in the beginning of the episode, I would say, he thinks that, being afraid isn't good. Like, my master would not be afraid, I am not really a proper warrior, etc., etc. But as he learns from what Frieren tells him, especially at the start of the dragon fight, when Stark is just shaking, his body is still, but his arms are shaking like a leaf in the wind. And Frieren saying, like, you look exactly like Aizen. You look exactly like your master did. And then, of course, Stark realizing when master was also afraid. He was also having doubts or being full of fear when faced with a powerful opponent. And yeah, exactly the same. Even shivering the same way. And then we cut to the very wonderful scene with Aizen where he explains, fear isn't a bad thing. It's fear that brought me this far. And that I thought was a very wonderful, impactful line about how much of a powerful driver and powerful feeling fear is. It really pushes you either to improve, take action, or do something. Fear can be an incredibly motivating feeling. Yes, it can also be a paralyzing feeling, but once you are pushed to the brink and pushed into a corner, as we also see with Fern in this episode when she explains when she faced her first monster in combat, eventually that fear will force you into action and force you to do something and deal with the situation, one way or another. So that entire storyline of fear in this episode I thought was very well done. And also just highlighting Stark's character and how, while he might be very scared and feel like a coward or feel weak, that even if he thinks himself at the time that he would not have any chance of defeating the dragon, if it did attack the village, as he says, I have been hailed as a hero by these people, by the village. I've lived there for 3 years. I have to defend it, no matter. Which again builds on this innate sense of courage he has, even in the face of a lot of fear. And of course, after the fight with the dragon, when he's like, hello Frieren, Fern, shoot it. I held it off for 30 seconds. What are you doing, you old hag? Of course, then Frieren commenting, no, it's already dead. You got it. What? I got it. I killed the dragon myself? Like, yes, sir. Yes, you did. Also, powerful axe swing right there. Good job. After this point, of course, they leave this village and go to, I guess, the border village in the central lands that connects the central and the northern lands, and they are told they can't pass, and that they have to wait until the pass is basically open. Now, Frieren thinks of this as, cool, okay, we'll just wait, It doesn't really matter how long it takes, and Fern then learns it might be at least 2 years, to which she gets a bit annoyed, probably, and then she tells Stark about it, like, do you want to wait here 2 years? No thanks. And then Fern having this relieved feeling of like, oh, thank God you're normal. You view time in the normal human way. Thank God. As Frieren, we see, was just more than happy just to start studying magic there for a couple of years. Like a weekend getaway for her, basically. And this, I would say, starts to build somewhat of a connection and relationship between Stark and Fern. Not in any terms romantic or anything, but starts building a connection between them as fellow adventurers or people that might start to slowly understand each other and have things in common. We also see this in the very wonderful scene when they talk about not wanting to wait 2 years and Stark saying, I don't have a lot of time. To which, of course, Fern asks, why? And at the exact moment he said that, I was like, okay, why? Is he sick or something? But no, he has this deep want to go on this fun and ridiculous adventure, as his master called it, and bring back those stories to him while he is still alive. And in doing so, trying to repay his debt to him, as he feels it is the only thing he can do to try to repay him for everything he has done for him. As Stark himself says, Eisen, his master, treasured his 10-year adventure more than anything else in his long life. And as he's too old and frail to travel now and go on adventures himself anymore, if he himself, as Stark, is able to go on an adventure in his stead and then bring back wonderful stories to tell his master of him and Frieren and everyone else on this adventure, it could be some way to repay him. And I really liked that. And I really liked how he built up the sense of urgency. It's like, I don't know how long he has left. I can't just wait around here. Which again, of course, harkens back to the difference in how willy-nilly Frieren is about time, though she may be slightly improving slowly, while Fern and Stark both having a bit more of a normal, let's say, view of time. And in this moment as well, when Stark talks about this and why he feels he doesn't have a lot of time, or why he might feel a sense of urgency regarding this, I feel like the expression we get from Fern tells us that she might herself as well have a few of the same thoughts in regards to going on this fun and ridiculous adventure and maybe trying to repay her master as well, Frieren in this case, in maybe not the same way, but in some way or form as well. To quickly mention though, again, the comedic relief moments are always so darn fun and adorable. Like when they go to see if Stark is ready to go fight the dragon, he isn't there, and it's like, I guess he ran, and then Frieren says to Fern, well, I guess you just have to play tag with the dragon again. And Fern being like, huh, nunny? And then just hugs herself to a tree, refusing to let go. It's like, I'm not doing that, no. And then another scene here and there throughout the episode. For example, the scene when Frieren gets let through the pass eventually because people learn she is Frieren, and she gets a free pass basically to go through this checkpoint, which was locked to everyone else basically. She's like, no, I'm not in a hurry, it's fine, I just want to study magic some more, it's okay. But especially also the scene when they get this see-through clothing magic that Frieren was looking for in the dragon's nest, and she asking Fern like, okay, does it work? And Fern looking at Frieren is like, yeah, it works, but I'm not sure this is a really interesting spell. To which Frieren responds, well, I'm sorry my body isn't more interesting. God damn. And then even more so when Fern turns over to Stark with the see-through magic and comments, so small. I was like, god damn, dude. Holy shit. That's savage, for one, but also, god damn, I was not ready for that one. Just all these small comedic moments really make the show an absolute joy to watch, no matter how emotional or impactful or deep the storyline narrative might be at any time. That they just have these small moments of reprieve really makes the show, to me, almost perfection. As a final point to mention in this video, I have to say that I do keep loving how they show, let's say, the deja vu of Frieren, that she is retracing her steps basically. She's going on another journey, and things happening much in the same ways it did all that time ago with the previous hero party. And in this episode, how we are especially shown this when it is revealed to the city custodian, whatever, that it is Frieren, and they get sent off to fight the demon king remnants basically by them, and they are met with cheers and rose petals and just like a celebration, like, yeah, good luck, heroes. And how Frieren comments that, and I don't really like this. It's not really my sort of thing. It's unsettling. But Stark saying that, yeah, but I'm glad I get to see it. I'm glad I got to see this, because this is probably exactly how my master saw things when he went to the Northern Lands, and exactly what he experienced. Then we're getting this déjà vu and the parallels between now and then, all that time ago. Anyways, as I said, do not make this video too long. This show just keeps being a wonderful, wonderful watch every week. It is a joy to just sit down, watch, analyze, comment on, and just really try to understand all the intricacies of each episode and each character and how they interact. I don't have a single major or even minor complaint about this show so far. I've just enjoyed every single moment of it, and I hope I will continue to do so for the next 20 plus episodes we are getting. Goddamn, it's going to be a fun 2-core anime for sure. That being said, what do you think of this video, or of this episode even? Leave everything in the comment section down below. And if you liked the video and want to watch more and be updated on the weekly Frieren content and many other anime, then please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff to support this channel. And if you want to watch another video on a recent episode review, click right here.